Alrighty, guys, it's time to wrap it up for today. This Friday, August 29th. And so far, we got some weakness, some profit taking, but not the complete sell-off. So it kind of took me a little bit by surprise. I figured with this kind of rundown, he would definitely have a shot at them pushing this lower. But it looks like the 64.60s is holding for now. And I don't think he's going to go anywhere right now. I think it's getting late in the day for any. I think pretty much might bugged out after that London close. You can see how that's how sloppy that is. It looked like all the volume kind of died off after that, and that's pretty much sideways action. So at this point, I would just start off range bound going into the overnight. If they close below the 64.50s, I'm going to start on the short side. If they scratch up above the 64.90s, I might start on the long side. So that's kind of the dynamic right now. But so range bound going into the overnight. If anything, maybe start from the short side to see if they can push this lower. Going into Tuesday's trading. I'm not going to do Monday, but there's going to be a half a day on Monday, so there could be some action going on there. I'm not going to open the trading room, so remember it's Labor Day on Monday, so I'm not going to do anything on Monday. But Monday could be an interesting day also. Going into Tuesday, I'm thinking would be the day probably we get some action, either initially to the downside. We will see. It's a new month, so you just never know how the new month is going to start. September is usually pretty volatile, so we'll see how it shakes out. But starting off range bound primarily, if anything, looking for early weakness and see what's going to happen. But watch that 64.50, 40 and 50. That comes out. I think we get on the short side. It trade back up above that 64.90s. We'll be back on the long side of this. So that's the ES. No trades on the ES. I did take a few trades on the Nasdaq, and I didn't do it even nearly as good as Mihail did. Guy, and I'm looking at this. First, with that touch on the bonds here, real quick. Bond market's not going anywhere, just range bound trading. So not going to touch too much on that. On the Nasdaq, though, I did take a couple of trades. I was down. I missed this whole move to the downside. Tried to find a spot to get short. Could not do it. And this whole move down is too volatile. I tried to looking at this on the way up, and then by the time it's like okay, then they're right back down again. So it's too volatile to get on that short. And it rotates too much back and forth. If you try to get in with on the momentum play, then you just have to have a huge stop to even have a shot at it. However, I took three trades, so and I was down here at the end. So they on this retest, I was looking at the short on the way up here, but I couldn't make up my mind either. So it's and then when it ran down, here you have a nice retest failure setup. So I took a long trade, got shaken out of that one. And when they start taking this lower, that's when I see it like that. So when it started taking lower, I figured that okay, they're gonna this is in D period. They're gonna take this. They're gonna run this lower. So I hopped on a short trade on a little momentum play there. Had it not enough to go to break even, and then got caught in E period when it ran right back up against me. So that was just a flat out loser. Shitty trade location. Took the shot at it. Didn't work. And then I tried another short here on the pullback. It stalled, 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 and I figured that okay, maybe try a short trade there. So I tried a short trade, got high, almost high tick, a little bit more than that on that trade, just to see it slowly grind right back down again. That's frustrating. So that was two losers in a row. And then I tried one more trade, and this time I did wasn't that aggressive. And when it started blowing through the lows in the I period, I figured, okay, here comes the afternoon selling, and yes, got caught again. It got high ticked on that trade, and then ran it down here. This one may have been a loser no matter what, but I probably would have scratched it since I was fading some heat on it. But so three trades, three losers in a row, that kind of sucks. So I said, okay, I'm not doing this right now. It's just going to sit on my hands. So that's it. So I sat on my hands. And you can tell, but they just died off. So took those three shots. I'm down 140 on those four trades. And not going to be cuter than that. So you know when you're not on the right side of things, especially when the market is like sloppy as it is, it's just too easy to just get caught on the wrong side of it. So I didn't do anything, and I'm glad I didn't because this would have been just a recipe for losing more money. So that was a shitty end of the week, but at least I took a couple of shots at it. That move up here, kind of thought process correct. Shitty trade. Again, I should have taken that trade. Um, I still keep telling myself that when they start trading up to that upper end of this little range, that trading in back and forth. So if you want to take that short, try to get in at the upper end of that range. So if you're wrong, at least you have a shot at scratching it. But when you take it on the way down like that, like I did, because I thought I was, again, you think you're going to miss it. So you take that short on the way down, and it starts moving, and then you stall it, and then freaking NASDAQ runs right back up against you. So anyway, so there you have it. So that's the record on that one. Finally, oil and gold. Oil and gold goes to the upside, big time up to 3,500 again, and then stalled. Big move to the upside. I totally could not get on a long trade on that one. Same story as on the way down on the Nasdaq. Too volatile on the way up, swinging violently. But it's if you can get in and stick with it, it would have been a very nice trade. They were going straight up for a while there. So stay on the long side on gold. Look to buy weakness for rotations back up going into the overnight until Tuesday. And then oil, not much to say about oil, just range bound trading on oil, not going anywhere. So I will start off range bound on oil going into the overnight. So to sell strength, buy weakness, that's about it on oil. So no trades on oil, no trades on gold. Just these four trades on the Nasdaq. One scratch and three losers. And that I usually stop after two losers, but I figured I was going to give it another shot because I was very much thinking that they're going to try to take this lower with this kind of net selling. You look at the stock market; it was at net selling. It was not letting up at all. So I figured they wouldn't take a leg lower, but they faked me out. And that was that third trade. So back to the ES, and so no trades on the ES. That's those four trades on the Nasdaq. So we leave it there, guys. So we have a long weekend ahead. So we are looking at. Yeah, Labor Day on Monday, and I'll see you guys back on Tuesday. So there you have it. And then I know Mihail did good this morning. She probably has been a happy camper all day. So we leave it there, guys. I'll see you back on Tuesday. All right, later.